Michoacán, Mexico, local community militias called autodefensas or self-defenses have been liberating towns and cleaning them from the powerful drug cartels that for 4 years also extorted the citizens and took a cut of every aspect of the economy. On January 27, they accepted a deal with the Mexican federal government to work together controlling the powerful local criminal rings. However, there is little trust in the Mexican government and mainly in the integrity of their elected officials. Many still wonder why the governor Fernando Vallejo sent the army to disarm the autodefensas, causing 4 civilian deaths and preventing the seizing of the city of Apatzingan by the militias. Vallejo has been accused of being elected under threats to the population made by the local cartel's bosses to vote for PRI, the ruling party. This explosive announcement of official corruption was made by both the autodefensas as well as the narco bosses who posted a video talking about the deal with PRI. After the governor Fernando Vallejo called for federal help, Enrique Peña Nieto implemented by presidential decree an initiative creating a SAR for security and development in Michoacán, a post for which he invested his close ally Alfredo Castillo Cervantes, who will now be in charge of both federal forces and civil servants. In all the cities that the militias have liberated, one of the main steps taken so far is to capture the local policemen and in some cases even elected officials and expel them out of the city. Father Javier Cortés confirmed that in Apatzingan the federal troops also sent the municipal police away in an effort to reach a settlement with the autodefensas. The Mexican government announced that 1,209 police agents have been disarmed and demobilized. The autodefensa militias are skeptical of the federal effort and have declared they will not disarm until all the criminal gangs, and especially their main leaders, are captured or killed. Initially, they consulted their ranks and rejected a petition from the government to disarm, and this represented a political embarrassment to the Peña Nieto administration, which in a very tactical move eventually accepted this and went a step further, not only accepting the militias' will to stay mobilized, but incorporating them in the fight against the Caballeros Templarios.
En el momento de que limpien al estado de Michoacán de los Caballeros Templarios y agarren a las principales cabezas, que es Nazario Moreno, alias El Chayo, a la Tuta, a Enrique Plancarte, al Tío y a sus lugartenientes, y que nuestro estado quede libre, podamos transitar libres ya. Nosotros, en ese momento, nosotros entregamos las armas.
People like Stanislao Beltrán make a daring bet not only by embarrassing the Mexican authorities, but also by defying the powerful international cartels, for which Michoacán plays a small but important part in the international criminal trade. Evidence exists that implicates large international banks like Wachovia and Wells Fargo in laundering billions of dollars from cartels back into the economy. How can you challenge such power? In the past, there have been documented ties between federal government officials and narco cartels, like General Jesús Gutiérrez Rebollo, who, while being Mexico's anti-drug czar, was actively protecting the Juárez cartel until 1997, when he was detained. Also, more recently, the ties between Genaro García Luna, former main boss in the federal police, in the payroll of El Golfo, Los Zetas, and Beltrán Leiva cartels, as DEA and even La Barbie, a narco boss himself, had recently revealed.
En un principio, el pueblo no quería responder porque sabían que nos iban a matar, que nos iban a levantar, que nos iban a ametrallar. No nomás a los que andábamos allí en la lucha, sino a toda nuestra familia, porque así decían, vamos a acabar hasta con los perros de tu casa.
But who are these militias? Who finances them? Do they have political view? For an informed social and political analysis of this social conflict, we contacted Salvador Díaz Sánchez, an experienced journalist and professor of social and political science in Chapingo University. Díaz is well acquainted with the Mexican social movements over the last decades. He even worked documenting the Zapatista rebellion in Chiapas from the inside 20 years ago. He has produced since many other documentary films about the Mexican social struggle.
Pues en principio la inspiración es Cherán. Cherán es el lugar, el primer pueblo que tiene pues los ataques igual que en todos lados, pero que tienen la sagacidad de organizarse. Y en esta, digamos que en esta estrategia de organizarse, pues ellos pierden todo el miedo. Lo que hacen, primero, un gran ejemplo de lucha. Después acuden a las instancias internacionales porque dicen, nosotros ya identificamos algo a nuestros enemigos. Son los partidos políticos porque ellos vienen a dividir, ellos están coludidos con los delincuentes.
Diaz refers to the local community uprising that started on April 15, 2011, when illegal loggers were arrested by the community. They then instituted a popular assembly and community police rounds to keep its forest safe from illegal loggers. In Cherán, the community also decided to expel the political parties. Cherán immediately began a judicial and political fight to not recognize the municipal and state elections. After litigating in many instances, Michoacán State Congress granted the Community Council municipal authority. They had effectively defeated the Mexican political system and started their own traditional governance process, based on their indigenous roots, which is now recognized by the Mexican government.
Vencen le dan en la espina dorsal al sistema político mexicano y es un triunfo que poco se ha difundido.
Contrasting with Cherán's community rounds and its primitive weapons, it is clear that in the last year it has been the wealthy owners of the lemon, avocado and cattle farms of Michoacán who helped initiate the militia. They drive expensive trucks and use advanced communication systems and weapons. There have been reports that many people who have been deported or have even come back voluntarily from the US are now involved with the autodefensas. The autodefensas' leaders have so far indicated that their only objective is not a political one, but the safety and security of the citizenry. However, Diaz warns there could be more to it.
Sí habría nada más que diferenciar que no hay que irse con la finta de que esto significa una guerra civil, que puede dar un estallido, ¿no? Porque aquí está llevando a otros sectores, están arrastrando a sectores pues ilustrados, a gente de izquierda que yo creo que está participando, ¿no? O con pensamiento liberal o con pensamiento progresista. Entonces, en la medida en que esto, por eso es el peligro del gobierno y por eso quiere desarmar, ¿sí? Por eso se le está saliendo del huacal, porque dicen, bueno, en Chiapas tenemos finqueros también, de otro lado, pero acá ya se están rebasando y se están llevando también a los otros sectores de la población.
While Diaz recognized that the rich owners of the farms are behind the autodefensas, he also pointed out that there are tens of thousands or perhaps hundreds of thousands of people in arms in the militia ranks, some of which could eventually promote their own self-interest agenda.
Obviamente que no todos son ricos, y yo creo que la gran mayoría son pobres. Inclusive hay gentes que están en las barricadas, que son peones de los ganaderos, de las fincas, de los limoneros, de los aguacateros, ¿sí? Entonces es difícil ver para dónde va el movimiento, porque si es un movimiento social, realmente es un movimiento social.
Diaz also points out that the government has twice changed its approach. Initially, a year ago, the federal authorities had supported the disarming of the militias, but after realizing that they cannot control the criminal gangs, they looked away and let the militias carry on with their intended purpose of cleaning up the towns of criminal gangs. All of this, of course, until January 13th, when the federal army impeded the seizing of Apatzingan by the autodefensas and ordered them to disarm before changing its mind again to save face and avoid a wider conflict after the autodefensas refused to lay down their arms. Diaz believes that the militias have now twice proven its strength, while the government looks weak. This puts the Mexican government in a predicament, which according to him is based on real political concerns.
¿Qué tal si Mireles les dice, no, saben qué? Que esto no es nada más una cuestión, ¿no? ¿Qué tal si los demás dicen, no, ahora vamos por otras cosas? Vamos a asambleas comunitarias, realmente comunitarias, en donde veamos pues los precios, ¿no? En donde veamos el abastecimiento a la gente, en donde veamos los salarios, ¿no? Una mejoría realmente.
Now we must wait to see if the Mexican federal government is capable of reining in the violence of the criminal gangs, and if it can disarm and demobilize a large group of people that have had a taste of armed popular resistance and community power. Reporting for The Real News, this is Oscar Leon.